When you don't know something that could be potentially dangerous or paradigm shifting, it's kind of hard to deal with. I mean, confronting the unknown is a pretty vulnerable thing to do. There's a sort of insecurity to admitting you're facing it at all. It's sort of an admission that you have no power over it. That you...
Here's my thing, right? When it comes to like stuff for like the unknown and stuff, like in movies, maybe not horror movies specifically, because sometimes that can work, kind of. But like when you like the story is like built up and it's like something, oh, you don't know, your brain's going. I don't like getting blue balled. Hi, hello there. So we're gonna get into this quick, don't worry about it, we'll be fine. But yeah, reaction time, baby. We're watching Tale Foundry this time. I saw that the last thing I did well. So you know what? We're going back to the scary stuff again. Yay! We're watching Tale Foundry this time. A channel who I'm surprised when I clicked on the video I wasn't subscribed to, because I binged his entire, like, essentially his entire channel. So yeah. So, you know, if you haven't already, you subscribe as well. Like, it helps me out. We're getting big. And yeah, without further ado, let's jump into it, baby.
Heads up, there might be some stuff in this video you don't really want to see. Take a quick look at the screen now for spoilers and content warnings.
You heard them.
Thanks. How does this painting make you feel? There's something distinctly uncomfortable about it, right? Maybe it's the bare walls flecked with peeling paint and water stains.
I don't want to pause.
Maybe it's the messy, impressionist brushwork that makes everything look just a little dirty. Maybe it's the dark chasm of the half-open door. Maybe it's the painting's lone subject, the dog staring into the abyss. That dog must be sensing something in there. Its ears are perked, it's poised and alert, ready for danger. The undeniable implication here is that there is something in the dark, but we have no idea what it is. We have no idea if there is actually anything in there at all. This, by all accounts, is a very normal painting full of very normal things.
I disagree.
There is no spectacle, there is no discrete danger, and yet you feel it, don't you? This painting is part of a series called Demos by Dragon Bibin. All of the paintings in the collection feel this way. Dead of Night depicts a mysterious white tether, perhaps a bedsheet, disappearing through a window. A barely noticeable black dog slumbers below, almost invisible against the dark floor. The dog in Cave Dwellers is wiry and emaciated. It bolts past 3 locked doors in a hallway, dirt piled beneath each as if pushed under the cracks. There's a hand pressed against the window of the final door, as if someone has been buried alive in there. In the painting, Until the Cows Come Home, 3 cows emerge from the darkness, staring through a tightly bolted window. I find this one in...
Okay, I feel like it's been enough to where I can actually pause and give my opinion now. One, why your door open? Because we've all been there, right? Your parents finally get tired of you sleeping in their room. You gotta be on your own. Your door, her closet's open. I didn't have a closet door back then. My closet was open all the time. I had to get used to that. I also didn't have a TV in my room. I was sleeping in darkness at age 10. I realize that makes me sound poorer than I actually... Fuck. Yeah, no, that... Honestly, the one with the dog and the tether is like the most... The one with the dog and the tether is the scariest to me. The one with the tether... No, the tether one is interesting. The rest of them, eh. This one... if I was afraid of cows, then this would be scary, but nah.
Particular, almost sickening. I don't know, it's hard to explain.
Oh, there's handprints on the walls.
These paintings are intimate, highly concerned with perspective. They all position us on the inside of the scene, looking out through doors and windows. At what? The animals all seem to know. The dog is more aware than we are of whatever's in the darkness. The cows staring through the window at us? At something? I'm disturbed by Demos. I want to know what I'm supposed to be looking at, what all these animals can see that I can't. At the same time, I don't.
Well, see, that's the problem, Mr. Tail Foundry. Like, right, he doesn't have it in the title. Well, you see, with the problem, the Tail Foundry, the thumbnail you had, it was the fear of. Can I? Yeah, I put the OG vid in the thing. Y'all get to see it anyway. You put on the screen the fear of the unknown. So you're not really supposed to know. See that you're a robot. You're thinking.
Makes these paintings so effective, and
gotta get them gears turning. Literally.
If I could see what the dog could see, I don't think I'd be afraid. It's hard to understand. It feels somehow contradictory. How can this literal nothing be so much scarier to me than anything I could ever imagine inside of it?
Ah, yeah, this. Wait, is it? Oh, yeah, this is the one with the Tailoids. Dog, if you have not watched Tail Foundry, please do yourself a favor. The vid is in the description. I have watched all of this man's vids. Or sorry, he's not a man. He's a robot automaton. I have watched all of this automaton's videos. Watch them, please. And then if he gets more subscribers, he can upload more. That's rich coming from me, I know.
As H.P. Lovecraft once wrote, horror and the unknown and the strange are always connected. We made a whole documentary about Lovecraft as part of our Worldsmith series over on Nebula, and how his petrifying fear of the unknown seeped into his most well-known literary works. If you want to see it, just sign up at go.nebula.tv/tailfoundry.
Sir,
more information on that later.
I have a whole
There's the song by
$0
Tom
in my bank
Waits
account
that I find hard to get out of my head. Maybe song isn't the right word. It's a spoken word piece called What's He Building from the album Mule Variations. It's told from the perspective of a man with a paranoid obsession with his neighbor. In the vein of Disturbia, he's been watching all the weird stuff his neighbor has been getting up to. Waits growls the lines over distorted radio static and irregular percussive noises. He repeats the phrase, "What's he building in there?" over and over, between increasingly bizarre and specific observations. He has no friends, but gets a lot of mail. For some odd reason, there's poison under the sink and enough formaldehyde to choke a horse. He has an ex-wife in some place called Mayor's Income, Tennessee, a town that doesn't actually exist. The unease of what's he building is never fully resolved. We don't actually learn what the neighbor is building or why the narrator wants to find out so badly. All we can do is speculate. The piece ends with the ominous final line, "We have a right to know." The story is a little exceptional, but it's a relatable feeling, isn't it? Hasn't everyone felt this way? When you don't know something that could be potentially dangerous or paradigm-shifting, it's kind of hard to deal with. I mean, confronting the unknown is a pretty vulnerable thing to do. There's a sort of insecurity to admitting you're facing it at all. It's sort of an admission that you have no power over it. That you...
Here's my thing, right? When it comes to like stuff for like the unknown and stuff, like in movies, maybe not horror movies specifically, because sometimes that can work, kind of. But like when you like the story is like built up and it's like something, oh, you don't know, your brain's going. I don't like getting blue balled. If you could not blue ball me, that'd be fantastic. Like, I get it, it's unknown. Whatever your mind can conjure up, it's better than whatever the author can do. But I want to see it. Because, like, maybe it's my autism showing, but the fact that I don't know makes me want to forget the movie. Because not knowing gives me blue balls. Does that make sense? I don't know.
By virtue of not knowing, are at the mercy of the unknown.
Exactly.
I think it's natural to feel like, as a matter of personal security, you have a right to know. That you shouldn't have to be subjected to this feeling. That perhaps you should destroy the unknown. make it known so you no longer have to fear it. Usually, discovery is presented as a bold, fearless thing. Think of all the stories of intrepid explorers charting untrod lands, scientists unmasking the mysteries of the universe, detectives carefully deducing the motives behind impossible crimes. Very seldom is discovery presented as a fear response, a line of defense against the dangers of the unknown. The book House of Leaves is a notable exception. You may have heard of this book. We bring it up from time to time, and a lot of other YouTubers do too. For good reason. It's an experimental cosmic horror novel, sort of doubling as a friendly satire on academic media criticism. The book is a pretty complex artifact. It's a sloppy annotation of a sprawling academic essay written by a blind man about a film that doesn't exist. The film itself is supposedly a sort of found footage documentary created by the filmmaker Will Davidson about his experience moving into a new home with his family. As the film reveals, that place, the now famous house on Ash Tree Lane, is no house. It's a labyrinth. Behind its doors and walls and floors lies an endlessness of shifting architecture extending forever into the darkness and the cold. A low growl permeates its corridors and stairways. Ceilings and floors vanish randomly into infinity. All sense of scale and direction are rendered meaningless here. And yet, despite the clear danger it poses to him and his family, Davidson can't seem to resist it, which is how the film got made. Davidson isn't the only one drawn to the house. One of the most notable additions to the documentary is the famous Holloway Roberts, a seasoned explorer there to lead the expedition into the house's bowels. In the essay portion of the book, Holloway is described as a thrill seeker with a deepening atrabilious obsession with the unpresent. He wants to conquer the house, demanding the ability to understand it. He pursues the unknown like a hunter, confident that with his muscle, his rifle, and his indomitable force of will, he can conquer anything.
And
To
bro,
him-
and this is why I feel like that same reason is why like in like horror game games like because like okay, in like a horror, right? Let's say you're running around, you're trying to escape, all that jazz. The moment you get a weapon, and or you see a character get a weapon, you think, okay, thank God. Your everything, fear immediately gone, because you can fight back now. Moment the weapon doesn't work, pure dread and your hope is gone, and you're expecting them to die. I feel like that's how that works here. Like that, and it works in real life too, that utmost confidence. Brother, you're going in there to fight demons. What do you mean, utmost confidence? Brother, you're going to fight Satan. You're going in there to fight Cthulhu. Buddy, put the rifle down and hit the burners.
The house may as well be an animal, game to be killed and mounted as a trophy.
I am entranced.
This is, of course, not what happens. As he ventures deeper into the house, the book describes how, quote, the creature he hunts has already begun to feed on him.
Oh.
He quickly begins to lose his mind, consumed with the desire to conquer this unconquerable thing. As if to mirror Holloway's descent, the text of the book itself begins to unravel on the pages. He eventually shoots one of his assistants. He ends up lost and alone, muttering details of his own identity like a protective mantra. His name, his address, where and when he was born. The words on the page are eaten away by blank space. Injured, starving, freezing cold, and convinced there's something
Whoa.
stalking him in the dark, Holloway finally comes to the realization that what he faces cannot be subdued. It isn't just any monster. It is the demon of his own inadequacy in the face of the unknowable. Unable to grapple with this final confrontation, feeling the beast closing in on him, Holloway finally turns the rifle on himself and pulls the trigger.
Oh. Bro, what's that book called? Genuinely, what's that book? I say, what's that book called? My ass ain't gonna read that shit. Well, okay, not gonna read that shit because like I'm not a book reading type of nigga. But that is cool though. Interactive books are like the cool. Let me just make this clear. I don't read books. I read webcomics. Right? And I haven't read a book since I got out of school. Okay? But interactive books like that, oh my, that is the easiest way to like entrance somebody who doesn't read books to read books. You make it feel more than just a book. Oh my, that's the same reason why pictures work.
As the essay puts it, the absence of an end became his own end. Holloway is far from the first to be destroyed by his lust for the unknown, and certainly won't be the last. For all of his accomplishments as an explorer and hunter, for all of his bravado, when faced with the house on Ash Tree Lane, Holloway felt vulnerable. It's why he resorted to violence and aggression against the house, the darkness.
My brother in Christ, you're fighting an object.
He was too afraid to encounter something that was impossible for him to understand, to master. Not everyone reacts this way to the unknown, of course. It doesn't always have to turn into a violent urge for subjugation or conquest. But I think I can understand the emotions that drove Holloway's response to this confrontation. The unknown does have a way of making you feel inadequate, incomplete, weak, as if you're alone in the dark. I think for many, attempting to destroy it is a pretty understandable defense mechanism. It feels safe to be able to understand and conceptualize.
I mean, kind of, I guess. As me personally, it's one thing if it's like, it depends. Like, let's say I look in my closet, right? My closet is open. And I'm looking through there, and I don't know what's in there. This is my house. This is my home. I can't just leave. This is where I sleep. I gotta figure out what's going on in there. I shine the light, boom, nothing, close the closet. If it's the woods, with the closet, I technically destroyed it. With the woods, I walking past the woods, I hear a scream or a noise that I've never heard a day in my life. Don't sound human. Definitely don't sound like any animal I've heard before. I'm leaving. I don't care what that thing is. All I know is that it's gonna kill me. No, the unknown is not getting figured out today.
A thing.
I am not a white blonde girl in a horror movie. I do not care.
To put it in a box and label it taxonomically, that's what it means to destroy the unknown, usually. At least, that's how I mean it here. But, paradoxically, the one inevitable result of discovery is more unknowns. The more we hear about the strange neighbor and what he's building, the more questions we have about him. The further Navidson and his companions descend into his house, the more incomprehensible it becomes. Answers almost always create more questions. Questions create more questions. The more we learn, the more we realize we don't know. Which means that the unknown is, in a sense, infinite. It grows and stretches to extend just beyond the reach of any who try to conquer it. Even if you think you have a right to know, to never be made vulnerable by that which you don't, the effort is ultimately futile. Discovery may not be a perfect defense mechanism against the unknown. It may not even be effective. So what about just not knowing? What if sometimes the unknown is actually protecting you? The book Bird Box by Josh Malerman takes place during the apocalypse. The world has spontaneously been over.
Wasn't the I know the monster never got like confirmed nothing. Wasn't like the monster in Bird Box like an eldritch looking thing? It was like a Cthulhu looking thing. I think a eye cow looking thing. And then maybe something that reminded me of the King in Yellow. Something like that.
Run with ineffable, mind-melting cosmic horrors. So much as seeing one of these things will drive a person into a murderous spiral. And it does, until the streets are full of crazed masses trying to kill themselves and each other. The only way to guarantee safety is to never see these entities at all. As a result,
And with all due respect, though, I'm dying in Bird Box. I'm well aware of that fact. I'm either gonna see one of them things, get cooked by a crazy person, or someone I care about gets cooked, and then I lose it. No, I require my vision too much. I can't. No.
they're never actually described in the text. Their presence is only evident from the gory trail of human destruction they leave in their wake. All anyone can do is wonder about them.
You can't take away one of my senses.
Even after years of hiding from them, even after they've destroyed her world and her life, the protagonist, Mallory, struggles to find the right word for them. Creatures doesn't work. Who knows if they're even biological? Barbarian and brute are both too reckless, too human. Behemoth can't work. It's impossible even to tell how big they are. The only word she can seem to find that makes any sense is infinity. Their indefinite nature seems to be incomprehensible to the human mind. As the book repeatedly states, our minds have ceilings. These things are beyond it. So far, we've talked a lot about the fear of the unknown.
To be fair, though, I have not watched Bird Box. However, I have seen a scene. I've seen a scene where the mother of boy and girl, like what the thing was coming up to her, right? But it was causing like ruffles in the leaves and shit as it was moving. So it has some level of mass. Like, even if it's just using an avatar or like 1% of its power, it still has some level of physical existence in that world. You can't see it, you can't understand it. Hell, looking at it makes you want to yourself, okay? But it's still there. So, plan. You let somebody you don't give a damn about or who's tired of life look at the thing. You hold on to their face to see where they're looking. The moment they start exhibiting signs of wanting to themselves, you just go full force. Hiya! Falcon punch that bitch. The second that happens too, you go hiya! And to make sure that thing doesn't back up, have a bunch of people surround all of you. Hiya! All at once. You all punch each other. That means that thing is either it's either a fucking what's what I'm looking for? It's damn. That means it's either like teleporting, like basically a wind-like creature, or it can fly. Either way, we're all fucked.
And what it means to confront that. And that theme is obviously present in Bird Box, but I think it also approaches the concept in a different way. The horror here seems to be less of fear of the unknown and more the fear of knowing. The idea that discovery can be the very thing that destroys you. I'm not here to say that ignorance is bliss. I don't really like that idea on its face. At the same time, it's also hard to deny that finding things out can be scary. The darkness isn't just an imposing absence, it's also a presence, pregnant with possibility. Until you find out, the unknown is what stands between you and the potential confirmation of your worst fears. Discovery sometimes means finding out things you never wanted to know, things you are perhaps unable to handle knowing. Once you know something, it's almost impossible to unknow it. After Holloway's body is swallowed up by the house and House of Leaves, the writer muses about the nature of the place. Can Navidson's house exist without the experience of itself? Is it possible to think of that place as unshaped by human perceptions? The house is indeed a very different experience for all who enter it. It shifts itself to reflect each of the characters' perceptions of the unknown. Will Davidson, the filmmaker, is drawn to an enormous spiral staircase that seems to go down forever. He constantly wants to go deeper, to explore the house, even as it threatens to consume him.
Speaking of spirals, you know what I want to react to now? I know he's done a video on this too, so I might react to that as well. I know Junji Ito, right? The guy who made the made Uzumaki. I'm so mad the Uzumaki anime didn't fucking pop off. Man, I didn't even watch it. I know it's an underrated anime, but I know some fuck shit happened where it flopped, but fuck, man.
Holloway is attracted to the growl that reverberates throughout the place. He's convinced.
You don't want me to do
He imagines
that,
there's a creature lurking there, something corporeal he can hunt and conquer. Even the writer of the annotated book, the surface level of the complex document we're all reading, experiences the darkness of the house. And he's never even been there. It manifests itself in the corners of his little apartment, the closet of the tattoo parlor he works in, the dark chasms of the half-open doors throughout his life. I keep referring to the unknown as if it's a thing, something conceptually discrete that we can point to. A box for all the things that can't be put into boxes. If only it were so tidy. Really, it's more like the darkness of the house on Ash Tree Lane. I think it's something that exists only in relation to the ones who experience it. As Carl Sagan said, the cosmos is within us. We are made of star stuff. We are a way for the universe to know itself. Without humanity, it seems to me that the universe would be manifestly unconcerned with its own existence.
That is so
Does it?
Cool too. That is so fucking cool. That is honestly one of as a nigga who likes space, that is one of the coolest shit to me. We are made of star stuff. I love that. Because the universe birthed us. Whether you're atheist, religious or not, the universe, one of the reasons we're fucking here. The universe knows itself how it works. That's just, we're made. I love the thought of we're made of star stuff, because technically we are made of star stuff. Everything's made of star stuff. Oh, I want to get technical. With the Big Bang happening, everything is star stuff. The universe is star stuff. Also, you want to know a painful realization I came to? I'm so mad about the whole thing with nebulas and the star stuff. The reason why when you look into the damn for a lot of cases, when you look into the night sky, not night sky, in space and shit, why it's so black? That's because all the elements and shit are invisible to the human eye, and the scientists just colored it in, meaning that space isn't that colorful. There gotta be hey, scientists, in a few years, could you make a thing to where you could augment the human eyes to see things that are usually invisible to them? So, we can see radiation, sound wave, not sound waves, but stuff that'd be useful to us. Not radio waves. Fucking what's I'm looking for? Gas, fucking radiation. Help with that. Stuff that'd be useful for both us and the military, huh? See, I put the military in there, huh? Yeah, so now you gotta do it, but the government will force you to. For research purposes, all the stuff that's in nebulas, that could be useful too. Make it so that your eyes are a rainbow color when you do it too, like a violet purple, so people can tell. That's all I ask.
Really care whether it's discovered? In the vastness of uninterested matter that makes up the universe, human beings are the anomaly. The one thing in existence that we know to be capable of realizing that it doesn't know. In that sense, humanity doesn't just react to the unknown, you create it. The dog staring into the chasm of the half-open door, the implication of something just there outside of view, an otherwise ordinary, unremarkable scene. Nothing actually to be afraid of. And yet, can you help it? Deimos isn't unsettling because you're afraid of the something that might be in there. What you're really afraid of, what I'm afraid of, is the nothing. The void that exists because you've observed it. The darkness which, with your insecurities, your nightmares, your deepest personal fears, you have constructed. It is the nothing that becomes your everything. I didn't really have time to talk about it in this video, but the phrase fear of the unknown is actually kind of an iconic Lovecraft thing. He calls it the oldest and strangest kind of fear. That's where I first came across this idea. But part of why I didn't bring him up here
was dumb as rocks back in the day. People were dumb. I don't know. Them niggas knew. I don't think they knew that they knew shit. I wouldn't say that's the oldest fear, but
here is because I've already kind of talked a lot about his work. I mean, we did a whole little documentary about Lovecraft over on Nebula a while back.
And
it's
on
part of our
video.
series, Worldsmiths, which is all about the unique internal worlds of our favorite
I'll let
authors.
him get it off.
Actually, we kind of have a lot of stuff on Nebula. You can watch all of Tale Foundry over there, completely ad-free. There are entire videos there that will never be released here on YouTube. If you don't want to wait for the next installment of Tale Foundry, hey, it's already up on Nebula right now, a whole week early, just waiting for you to watch it. It's also not just us. There is a lot going on in Nebula. Recently, I've been listening to The Sojourn, which is a fabulous feature-length sci-fi audio drama with insanely good voice acting. It's even got its own fan wikia, which is how you know it's really good. There's also game shows on Nebula. There's geopolitical commentary. There's history. Did you know Tirzu had an original series where he talks about specific animals as if their character builds in a game? I didn't. Even the guys from MST3K are on Nebula, a fact that...
On the point, I would, when I first heard about this, I would have so bought, like, a Nebula subscription. My ass has $0.00 in my bank account. I am not getting shit. I am not touching a Nebula subscription. What the fuck? At least not for a while. Until you subscribe, you can do that for me, yeah, I won't be able to react to that stuff because, you know, it's a paid service. I don't think I can do that, but, you know,
Still blows my mind. Honestly, I'm probably not the first creator you've heard mention Nebula. I promise it's not a conspiracy. It's just kind of a perfect platform for us, that's all. It was specifically built for us. It allows us to make content without having to worry about being demonetized and even pays us to make our own original content. That's how Worldsmiths got made. Suffice it to say, there is a lot on Nebula. Probably a little too much considering its price tag. It's usually only $6 a month or $60 a year, but if you use our link, go.nebula.tv/TaleFoundry, it's only going to run you $36 a year, or get this, just $3 a month. $3. Less than the price of a Starbucks drink. And along with your...
Again, sir, I have $0.00 in my bank account.
membership, Nebula will even give you guest passes every month so you can bring friends in and share what you're watching. Again, visit go.nebula.tv/TaleFoundry to get access to all of this stuff for just $3 a month. Nebula is just so great. It's been one of the most important parts of our show for years at this point. I feel lucky to be a part of it. I hope you'll go check it out. It's worth it. Anyway, that's all for this one. Thanks for watching, and keep making stuff up. I'll see you next week. Bye.
The fact that he's able to make this shit in a fucking insane, bro. When I say I love this dude's content, I love this dude's content. when I've binged his entire. Hell, this is a rewatch for me. I've watched this already. I've watched his entire thing. I've watched his shit the entire way through. Like I said, I know what this video is about. I know what I'm gonna react to next. I love this dude's shit. Oh, he's posted on Nebula too. I'm calling it now. In like a few. Ooh, actually, Nebula idea. As if they're watching this. Nebula idea. If with all the stuff about like Netflix, like Hulu going on, you should just become like the Netflix of YouTube. Cause hear me out, right? There's no Netflix for YouTube. It's just YouTube. Now you can't do that all the time with YouTube. You know, you maybe get a like banned or whatever. Like you can do crazier. Like not everyone's Mr. Beast. Not everyone gonna get hit with the algorithm package. I don't know. Regardless, you can become the Netflix for YouTube. Okay, this creator's getting pounded by YouTube. Hey, make another series on Nebula for a bit, and then when your YouTube shit back, because like YouTube pays a lot. Let's be honest here, you're not leaving YouTube if you're getting the money enough to get put on Nebula. Then your shit, when your shit get fixed, come back to YouTube. And hopefully when YouTube realizes is that, oh shit, like people get mad at us, they just like make their big content on Nebula, hopefully they'll respond better. Like tell you what you did. Or Nebula could just become the next YouTube. I don't know, I feel like you need shareholders for that, and then like investors, and then when investors come in, then everything just gets ruined because they're money hungry bastards. But yeah. Oh shit, how long have I been talking? How long is this video? This is 36 minutes. This video is 20 and 43 minutes. Yeah. With that, as you can tell, I like this video. What else I gotta say about this shit? I mean, we're all made out of star stuff. The fact that I didn't clock in that I probably looked goofy as hell talking so happy about stars as I'm wearing a star hoodie right now, huh? Yeah, type shit. Yeah. I'm gonna catch y'all later. Fuck, I wanna watch more of this video so fucking bad. I'm gonna catch y'all later, bro. Hiya.